like science.
I like science.
I like science.
The awkward way to see which one of us speaks
I
first.
was playing a game. I was holding off until you spoke just to see who would speak first.
Yep, see, we were doing it. We didn't even plan that in advance.
I know we're just both here in silence, just waiting for the other to speak.
Yeah.
Kind of like a tense situation between the Cardassians and the Defiant.
Right. Yeah, right. Hi, guys. Hope
Boy,
everyone's
Tom Riker's a
well.
handful, isn't he?
Yeah. He's definitely a handful. I mean, he made trouble on the Enterprise, and now he's making trouble on Deep Space Nine and
Yeah.
in Cardassian space and in the Defiant.
He's a regular music man. He's trouble with a capital T.
This rhymes with P that stands for pool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Music Man reference. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome. Glad to have you here. As you may remember from the last episode, or maybe not, maybe this is the first episode you're ever listening to. We don't know. We're talking about Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 9, Defiant, which has sort of a double meaning, as in the name of the ship and also Will Riker's actions. No, sorry, Tom Riker's actions.
Tom pretending to be Will Riker,
Yeah.
his behavior.
Yeah, well, they are identical. They're basically, if they couldn't be closer than if they were clones. They're literally copies of each other, but not in a cloning way. It's a transporter accident.
Closer even than twins because they don't have individual mutation to set them apart.
Exactly. They are exactly the same, except for one spent a lot of time on this planet all by himself, marooned there, and the other one went about his life. So,
right.
Yeah. So we have a cold open, of course, which is Kira kind of losing her shit about all the work that's going on.
Yep.
Too much.
Exams Friday. She hasn't studied. It's Thursday night.
Yeah. And she's definitely going to get an F on this if she doesn't buckle down, but she's so tired.
Write a report on the subroutine.
Yeah. Wanted by tomorrow. And she loses her shit on Bashir. And I love how he handles it. And he stops her by shouting at her. And then he says, "When's the last time you had time off?" In the quiet voice. He goes right into quiet, caring guy that isn't creepy anymore.
Well, he's exactly the wrong person to crash out on. Is like he's the one person who can say, "That's it. You're suspended from duty. Go get rest before you become exhausted because you're unfit for service at this moment." She could have crashed out on anyone else, and if they had gone to Bashir with it, maybe, but directly in front of him, at him, to him. And I love how he's like, "Okay, your diagnosis is that you're overworked and on the verge of exhaustion, and my prescription, well, follow me." And of course, they end up in Quark Spar.
And he puts a bunch of things in front of her, one of which is a Jumja stick. I don't know about you, but they look disgusting.
I love them. They look like meat on a stick. And how is
I know, that's why it's
gross. How is that not something I would have? It's like getting the giant drumstick at Disneyland.
Fair, I guess. But yeah.
Some kind of juice.
Yeah.
A holosuite program or certificate, so
no, it was definitely a little like a thumb drive with a holosuite program.
Yeah. Darbo chips and then some other thing that I forget which it was. Dabo. Yeah, Dabo chips.
It was it was 5 things, and he told her, "You need to enjoy at least 2 of these things."
And if you don't, then I'm going to continue this, program, this remedy until you recover.
Yeah. And apparently she does have fun because she's back at work the next day.
Yeah. Well, it's because she bumps into what she thinks is Will Riker, and they talk for 3 hours.
Yeah, and when the minute I saw Frakes show up, I'm like, oh, it's Tom Riker.
Yeah, because there's a swagger, but it's a slightly different swagger.
Yeah.
It's like a swagger with red flags attached.
So
Because we
many red
know Will
flags.
Riker's all about enthusiastic consent.
Mm. Hmm.
Uh, Tom
He's big
Riker,
on it.
not so much.
Yeah. Will is definitely superior, but at the same time, they have totally different experiences because
Right.
at the point where they were split into two things, and this happened to Boimler too, guys.
Yep.
That they ceased being alike in every way
Hmm.
and because of their experiences.
Yep.
So um
Experiential differentiation.
yep. So yeah. And basically she just decides to take Will, I put that in quotes, on a tour of the Defiant. And yeah, now we know what he's really there for. It's
Yep.
obvious, because he doesn't even want to go around the station. He wants to go straight to the Defiant because she offers.
Yep. Well, before they even go on that tour, he's meeting with Cisco,
Oh, right.
and yeah, they're
Sorry.
talking about how, um, was it Beverly basically pushed him out the door, or was
Mm-hmm.
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
that he had all this leave built up that he finally had to use, and he was on his way to Riza, and yeah, they're talking with Cisco, and Dax notices Kira keep looking at the office, and so Dax is like, "Okay, who's in there with Cisco?" And she's like, "Well, it's Riker's Will Riker." And Dax has already met Riker once before because they have a little exchange, and that's when Will slash Tom is like, "Oh yeah, you're Dax. Okay, yeah, all right, I'll see you later." So we have that little bit of tete-a-tete, completely obliterates the Bechdel test. Just, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not in a good way because
Mm-mm.
it's two ladies talking about a man
Mm-hmm.
exclusively. I mean, that's what the whole conversation's about. But it is cute the way they do it. It's very giggly. It's very gossipy. It's very Gossip Girls.
Which is not what you would expect for either of those characters because they're
Yep.
just not that way.
Yeah, it's kind of nice though to let them hair their hair down a little bit, but it did also seem weird at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the way Kira is presented in this for a lot of it seems a bit off.
Mm. I I guess I don't feel like anything that happens after that conversation is really off about Kira, considering the situation that she's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those things where I was just like, "Ugh, God, really?"
It's just her having lovey eyes for Tom Riker is, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, she's had lovey
especially.
eyes for other people too, but yeah, it
Yeah,
just
but the
seems
thing is
odd.
that she's in at this point she's involved with Belial, isn't she?
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
So, because she says she has someone.
Yeah, she mentions that she's attached to someone, but we don't get the name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Belial
Right.
because that's that's kind of where we are in the series at this moment.
But
So
yeah,
it's
later on,
Belial
she
time.
does bump into Tom and says she just got off duty and she's going, basically to hit the sack and then changes her mind to give him a tour. And that's when they end up exploring the promenade and then going to the Defiant because Tom slash Will says that he's curious about this new ship.
Yeah, of course he is. I think the way that it looks, at least this time that I watched it, it looks like Tom was lying in wait for her to come by.
Yeah, he waits for her to walk by and walks out, and then they bump into each other into
Yeah.
a half embrace.
Yeah, it really seems like he was biding his time and waiting to
Yeah.
pounce.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan is to get onto the Defiant,
Yep.
which is kind of risky when she goes walking off. It's like he doesn't stop her, she changes her mind. So he's just relying on his personal charm, which, he gets from Will Riker. I mean, they are the same person, so he knows the tricks of the trade for, charming a young lady.
Ugh, yeah. Well, when they get to the ship, O'Brien is there, and he was
Oh,
just
before
fish.
that, the shifty eyes
Oh yeah,
on
the
Tom
shifty eyes
Riker.
for sure.
He's looking over his shoulder and just seeing if anybody's paying attention, and you just can tell in that moment that he's not on the up and up.
Well, and Riker, if you didn't want to be noticed, you should not have come in your Starfleet uniform, which is vastly different from the Deep Space Nine uniforms.
Yeah, it's like the negative universe version of it. Like
Yeah.
you look at him next to Cisco, it's like the black's where the red should be, and the red is where the black should be, and you're like, what is going on
Yeah.
here?
So if you wanted to not stand out, you maybe should have been in civvies, but what do I know? So yeah,
Yeah, you're
O'Brien's
the chief
on the
is there.
Defiant
Yeah.
and Will in quotes basically is just like, yeah, I don't want you here and you know why. And O'Brien's just like so fucking confused.
Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah,
Do
kick out the
I?
Irishman. Go ahead.
It's like, do I know why? And the thing is that he's suspicious, but he still just blows it off in the end.
Yeah. It's like you can see him searching his mind trying to recall a reason why Will Riker would be mad at him.
Yeah.
And he just kind of assumes it must be for something and gets
Maybe
up and
he
leaves.
I think maybe he thought this is my headcanon. He thought that that Will would be upset with O'Brien for leaving Enterprise and going to Deep Space Nine. So that's just my
Well,
headcanon. I'm not saying that that's what it was. I'm just saying that's my explanation in my head.
yeah, because we don't know how much Chief O'Brien knows about Will Riker and Will Riker's own ambitions.
Well,
So,
they served on the same ship for years, so I'm pretty sure that they
yeah,
know each other
and their
fairly
loyalties
well.
that Riker might want to be a captain of his own vessel someday.
Yeah.
That's typical. I mean, that's the service industry is, well, the service industry, the yeah, military service is being bumped around place to place. It happens.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In Star Trek, it doesn't really follow that same pattern. People don't change ships as often as, and if they do most of the time I've seen it done as, no, I want to go to this other place
Well, yeah,
instead of just being assigned.
it seems they have tours of duty because we have officers come and go from time to time. And yeah, a lot of that's just TV production stuff, is that the actors might get a role somewhere else
I,
and be leaving the show or coming onto a show. But that's kind of the way, the military and federal service works as well, is you get bumped around from place to place. It's like you work this tour of duty, you're going to get moved over to this ship and work there for a while.
well, I feel like it's different if you are enlisting because enlisting and commissioned officers are two different things.
Yeah, and anytime there's a promotion, that can also have something to do with it because
Yeah.
now you're gonna be slotted into a different role. It's like, okay, I mean, it's different if you go from like an ensign to a lieutenant or, a lieutenant to a commander. Well, even a commander is kind of like you might end up being shifted around, but to captain, you're definitely going to be moved somewhere else,
Yeah. Well, it's
unless
hard.
you're like a doctor.
No, I feel like it's more about choice in this more what's the word I'm looking for here? Utopic future, although it's
Yeah, I
not.
suppose so.
uh,
It's kind of weird because you are like science exploration vessel and military vessel, and it's kind of where the line is blurred can be confusing. Is like how structured is the Federation? Because it seems to have a chain of command and certain positions, but at the same time you've got that wiggle room for other duties as assigned. So who knows?
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that anymore because it's
Yeah.
just not as important to this story.
Yeah, I think we finished. We think we put a button and tied a bow on that discussion anyway.
A button and a bow? Oh
A button and a
my.
bow. I'm wearing both in my
Buttons and
hair.
bows. All right. So, yeah, Tom steals the Defiant. He incapacitates Kira, doesn't kill her, thankfully.
Yeah, it shoots her right in the
Um,
gut with the stun
yeah,
setting.
and then his crew comes aboard, and they're all Maquis. So I'm kind of annoyed that they kept saying Maquis. It's like it's
McKee.
Maquis. It's Maquis. There's an A in there, not Maquis.
Yeah, it's not somebody's last name.
No. So that kind of irritated me, but Yeah, he knocks, well, doesn't knock her unconscious. He stuns Kira,
Yep.
and then he takes command of the Defiant. He manufactures a problem with that the warp core is gonna, you know, basically go off in X amount of seconds, and they have to get
How
away
many
from the
times is that
station.
ploy gonna work on people?
Well, the thing is that it's Will Riker.
Yeah.
You know, of course they're going to believe him. So they think it's Will Riker, but it's not.
It's like that's the go-to ploy every time is like, oh, nope, we got a warp core leak. I guess there's only so many things that can go catastrophically wrong with the starship, so that's the one to do. So
Yeah.
if you need them to release the clamps, release the clamps.
And yeah, they got to get away from the station. Wink, wink. And then, of course, they don't blow up and they take
And
off,
yeah, and
go to warp.
O'Brien shows up to try to beam them
Yep.
aboard
Can't get a
DS9
lock.
and can't because the shields are up. They're like,
Yep.
what?
Why would the shields be up? Oh, yeah, because we've got bad Riker up in here.
Bad
I
Riker.
I love this. I had forgotten this about this episode, but I love when Tom just peels off his sides of his beard
Sideburns. Yeah.
so that he has a goatee.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, the evil goatee.
Yep.
But
Yep. Very mirror universe.
I really don't feel like Tom is evil. I feel like he is
He's,
misguided.
yeah, he's misguided. He's got inferiority complex, and he makes a lot of poor choices trying to live up to Will Riker when he's just somebody else, live his own life. But the way he's choosing to do that is to distance himself from Will Riker. He makes choices Will Riker wouldn't make, and therefore gets himself in hot water.
Yeah. Oh, and the irony is that he was serving on the Starship Gandhi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is not good, of course, because the Defiant is there's only one of them at this time, before it becomes the Defiant class. And
And the Defiance, Starfleet, the Federation, has made promises to like Romulus that the cloaking device that was loaned to them will be only used in the Gamma Quadrant and for
mhm,
no other purpose. And so already this is in violation of a treaty.
yeah. So uh of course Cisco, when he finds out, has to determine, actually has to go to and tell Gul Dukat, because obviously the Defiant is headed for Cardassian space.
Hmm.
And I love Ducat's almost spit take.
Yeah, it's like, okay, the most armed Federation vessel that you have is now headed to Cardassian space, and the Maquis have control of it.
Yeah. And then Cisco has to deliver the bad news that they also have a cloaking device.
Yep. And
So,
then Cisco tries to do the negotiation thing, and he's like, Central Command is not going to accept anything. They're going to assume that you allowed the Defiant to fall into the Maquis hands because this whole story about this transporter accident in which you have a cloned version of this high-ranking, Starfleet officer, that's just not going to fly. Who's going to accept that? It sounds like a
yeah.
tall tale.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it does sound like a tall tale even to me. But
Yeah.
yeah. So so Ducat, who I've noticed has just a really long neck.
I
Um,
think to play a Cardassian, you should have a long neck because it
fair.
it
They're
gives
kind of like
them,
snakes.
yeah, that snake-like, cobra-like features because you
Yeah.
can tell they're very reptilian, and to have a long neck accentuates that kind of reptilian gecko look vibe.
Yeah. So Cisco is talking about how he can be helpful in this situation because he knows the capabilities of the Defiant, and he helped design it.
Yep.
And
Yeah, he worked at the shipyard. I think he was in
yeah,
charge of the shipyard that built it, and he actually had input in its design.
indeed.
He knows
And
its weaknesses and vulnerabilities.
aren't they the same thing?
I think, yeah, weaknesses is like on the offensive side, the things it can't do. Vulnerabilities are the things that can happen to it, I think
Okay,
is the
that's fair.
distinction.
That's fair. And of course, we've got to alert the Cardassian command, and we meet a member of the Obsidian Order named Corvinus, and she is a piece of work, isn't she?
Yeah, basically, hey, everybody, cover your work so the human doesn't see it.
hmm Anything over level 4 needs to be locked down, blah blah blah. As if he cares.
Well, it's kind of funny the way he says it that he would have done the same, just more discreetly.
Yeah. So now the hunt for the Defiant is on,
The hunt for Red
and
Defiant.
they hunt for Red Defiant, except it's kind of bluish.
Yeah. The hunt for Blue Defiant.
The hunt for Blue Defiant. There we go. And so the thing about, oh my God, I can't read my handwriting.
Chicken
Oh yeah,
scratch.
anti-proton beams can detect cloaked ships. So, and the Cardassian ships have those. So that's how they think that they're going to find the Defiant. And yeah. Cisco warns that the Cardassian ships should stay where they are and defend their territories because they see on the scanners that a ship looking like the Defiant is headed towards them, but
Right.
it's a trick.
It's a decoy.
And it's a decoy. It's not the Defiant because
How,
Cisco's like, why would they not be cloaked? They should be cloaked right now. And that's a big signal that this is not a thing.
yeah, how did Cardassia claim so much territory with such poor strategy? They're really bad at this.
They had very few opponents. I mean, let's think about what's in
Yeah.
the area. They basically just subdued the Bajorans, who were probably the only people who could have stood up to them. And they just
It's
enslaved them.
I don't remember what movie it was, but it was like parents teaching like softball to the kids, and it's like, okay, everybody follow the ball, and they hit the ball into the park. And I think this was actually a stand-up comedian talking about, teaching softball to kids. And it's like, okay, go to the ball, and the whole team goes to where the ball is. It's like the catcher leaves, the catchers play first, all the bases, shortstop, all your outfielders are, all at once go to where the ball is. It's like, who are you going to throw it to?
Yep.
If all of you are going to the ball. And that's exactly what happens. It's like all the ships go after the Defiant. It's like, if it's a decoy,
Yeah.
what other defenses do you have? They're going to slip through. And that's exactly what happens.
Yep. Very dumb. Later on, we find out the actual Defiant has destroyed Outpost 47. There's your number
Yeah,
47 for this
47.
one.
Just take your drink.
And I can't remember who says it now. I can't remember whether it's on the Defiant or whether it was Ben. But somebody said, "Oh, tough little ship," which made me laugh
Uh,
because
it was it was Tom Riker that
Tom.
says it
Okay,
after
that's
it
even
got
funnier. That's
beat up
even
a little.
funnier.
Yeah.
So yeah, he says tough little ship, which is funny because in Star Trek First Contact, when Worf and the Defiant are rescued and Worf's beamed aboard, and Will says tough little ship, and Worf goes little.
Hmm.
So that's a nice little touch
Yep.
to have both aspects of Riker saying that. Yeah. And Kira has been locked up in whatever. I don't think it's a brig per se. It might just be
Yeah, it looks like
holding cell or
quarters.
quarters, but he's locked the door. And the thing is that Kira is a former freedom fighter or terrorist, depending on which side you ask.
How much
And
did you just wish that she had kung fu'd him?
I really wish she had kung fu'd him. I
Because
wish,
considering that she's a freedom fighter, is like I think she could take out Tom Riker. I think she could take out Will Riker.
yeah, I bet she could, because she grew up a fighter.
Yeah,
She's
she's
been
got to know
fighting for
something like Krav
decades.
Maga or something. It's like just
The Bajoran
wipe
version
them
of
out.
Krav Maga.
Yeah, the Bajoran Krav Maga, which, considering that there is a very like Israel coded thing to Bajor,
hmm
that their freedom fighters would have some kind of very effective, efficient martial arts system.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, after he leaves again, she's like, oh, well, I'm going to find my way out of here. And it looks like there's a replicator in the room, and
Uh-huh.
she starts messing with that and taking that apart. And
Replicate a phaser.
she does some, yeah. I don't think that would be as much help as disabling the ship.
Yeah.
Because you have multiple targets with a phaser, whereas if you're starting to disable parts of the ship to slow it down, that's going to actually work better in your favor. So yeah, she starts sabotaging
Goes after a conduit.
And she disables a couple of things. Excuse me.
And blows up in the process.
She blows up and
She gets
dies.
singed.
Yeah, she got a little singed, yeah. And we get this quiet moment while Ducat is lamenting missing his 11-year-old's birthday, his son. He has like 9 children or something. I can't remember. He has a shitload of children. So I don't know which son this is, and I don't think they're ever even named, but he's missing his 11-year-old son's
whatever
birthday.
equivalent to the Bechdel test is for fathers talking about their children. I guess that's what this fails at.
Yeah, so like and
Well, Jake is the same way, and blah 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 blah.
yeah, but this and this and what he'll remember is the
11th
fun.
birthday, the Cardassian version of Disneyland, where they can also
Mhm.
get the giant drumstick.
Yeah, get a big old drumstick, big old turkey leg, and
Ride
Ducat.
their Nazi rides.
Yeah. It's like Star Tours, but they're killing Bajorans.
Oh yeah. Except the stormtroopers there are actual stormtroopers.
They're actual stormtroopers. Sorry. And Ducat insists that actually all his son will remember about this day is that his dad wasn't there and didn't follow through on his promise to take him to fascist Disneyland. So yeah, little moment there. He has no great love for the Obsidian Order either, and
Oh,
I
no.
can totally understand why.
Well, apparently they have all these battleships that they're not supposed to have, and
they're
they're
not
doing
supposed to have any
stuff
military
in
vessels.
this Osiris space that they're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that they are breaking their own laws.
Yep. Gee,
So
just look at that. Some kind of government entity that's not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing
yeah, what is
and
that about?
are doing overreach.
That never happens. Oh wait.
Whatever version of the Cardassian Constitution they're in violation of.
Yeah. Uh, so they're obviously building warships there, and that's why they will not allow anyone to come into that territory. They don't want what they're doing to be seen.
Yep.
So that's
Which makes
very
what
suspicious.
Defiant has on its sensors very important.
Very, very valuable. And yeah, that comes up in another episode, but that's not this episode. So
Well, no, this is this episode because it becomes a bargaining chip.
I know it becomes the bargaining
Right.
chip, but I'm talking about what the actual stuff is
Oh,
on
what's
the
on it?
data.
Okay. I thought you were saying that the sensors didn't matter in this. Is like,
No,
oh
no,
yeah,
no,
they do.
no. I'm talking about how what the sensors caught is not really discussed in this episode.
Right.
So, Gul Dukat and Benjamin come up with an idea, mostly Benjamin.
Yeah.
and says, okay, we can fix
Ducat's
this.
not good at this.
No, Ducat sucks at this. And our Obsidian Order lady, whose name I've already forgotten, she actually disses Ducat in a very public way about, not having a strategic mind and stuff like that. Instead of, she's praising Benjamin and is like, if only we had someone who would have figured this shit out. So, yeah, Kira's now free and she's on the bridge. Well, yeah, I guess she's not exactly free, but she's on the bridge and she's explaining to Tom, you are not the hero. You are a terrorist right now. And trust me, I know because I was a terrorist. And that's where I wrote down one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist.
Well, it's not about the goals of the Maquis. It's about his ego and him becoming distinct from Will Riker.
Yeah.
is trying to make a name for himself by doing this thing that is raising the stakes and making it more dangerous for the Maquis in this space.
It's inviting a war to just
Yeah,
wipe them out.
because before it was just the occasional Cardassian raid, and
Mhm.
that was it. Now you actually have the full force of the Cardassian military looking for you. And what is that going to mean? What does that spell for any of the Maquis that are trying to survive there?
Yeah. It is funny that Tom spouts his secret invasion shipyard sort of theory, which I'm if I remember correctly is absolutely true.
Right.
Is absolutely true. The Obsidian Order are building their own fucking army.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's really driving into him, not literally, but she's saying stuff like the only thing terrorists care about is attacking the enemy. Terrorists don't get to be heroes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, so all this during this Cisco and Gul Dukat have agreed upon a solution which they then present,
Yep.
and uh, basically they get the Defiant back. They'll take the Maquis and put them on trial in Federation space, but
Mm-hmm.
Riker goes to Cardassia. But the caveat is that he can't be put to death. So Dukat makes oh I don't know what strings he pulls to make it happen, but he makes it so that he will only be incarcerated for the foreseeable remainder of his life rather than executed immediately.
Life sentence in a labor camp.
Yeah.
And this the sensor data is another chip in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the data that was picked up by the Defiant will be handed over to the Cardassian Central Command regarding the actions of the Obsidian Order in that space.
Yeah. And the Obsidian Order is not going to be happy about this.
Nope.
But that's what happens when you do secret shit you're not supposed to do. So the Obsidian Order has it coming.
Well, it's like their version of Section 31.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
worse because
it's
Section 31
yeah,
is allowed to have ships and shit. These guys aren't.
yeah,
They're that bad. They're that
right.
evil, that intense. So, um, but yeah, Tom agrees to surrender the ship and to surrender himself to Cardassian Central Command. But before he goes, he has to have a Riker horn dog moment
Yeah,
and
he does a
kisses the
forced
hell out
kiss
of.
on Kira, which she
Yeah,
seems receptive to, but I still found it gross.
I did too. You don't just smack a woman with your face without her permission. Don't
Yeah.
just ew.
It's it's weird because some women like that. They like the guy to take charge and not ask for permission, but from the guy's point of view, when do you know when and when not to?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that you can sort of non-verbally communicate
Yep. Lean in.
consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, lean in. She has the chance to lean away if she's not happy with it. You both lean in, then yeah, your kissing is on.
It would have been funny if the knee came up and connected.
I don't know if she's tall enough to get her knee in his crotch.
I don't know. She knows that Krav Maga stuff. It's like
Yeah, the Jordan Krav Maga.
it's like you
Love it.
just teleport him over and he's doubled over. It's like, what happened? I don't know. Get him to
Kissed a
med
woman
bay.
without permission.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. And if I remember correctly, I don't think we ever see Tom Riker again.
I thought there was something later we encounter him again because Kira does make a promise that they'll
She'll get
get
him
him out of
out.
there.
Okay, well, let me look it up because now I really want to know. I can't remember. Let's see,
Yeah,
Tom
because that kind of seems like a
Riker.
weird place to leave him, is in a labor camp forever, especially after the Dominion War ends. You think there'd be some changes in Cardassian government and that they'd free some of their political prisoners, and you think Tom would be one of them.
Yeah, you would think. He's referenced in the inner fight, but he's not on screen again.
Okay, so maybe he does spend the rest of his days in a labor camp.
Yep, guess so.
That sucks to be Tom.
Yeah, 60 Tom.
Well, poor decisions.
Oh, Oh.
Oh.
I take it back. He does not appear on Deep Space Nine again, but in season 7 of TNG, he's there. But that's the thing. I think that is prior to this particular
Right. It's
episode.
kind of weird because they overlap and it's like, yeah, DS9 and Next Generation were on at the same time, but DS9 came later, so
Yeah.
where the season overlap is odd.
Well, season 7, I think it was I want to say it was season 5 or 6 of TNG when Deep Space Nine started. So
Right.
this is season 3 of Deep Space Nine. So that would line up as being after TNG, I
Right.
think. My brain hurts. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, fine. Fair enough.
Let me look at the thing and look at the spreadsheet.
See the timeline?
Yeah, see which goes where.
Yep.
Because that's going to be very helpful in
Oh,
this case.
speaking of, I'm gonna have to bring up that webpage.
Yeah, you are. Because I don't know if you have anything else to say on this particular episode, my love.
That they have airlocks to the starships that are very similar to the vault doors in Fallout. They're kind of big gear with teeth that roll to the side. Did you freeze? Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, whoops.
There you are.
Hi, sorry. Okay, so let's see where we are here. Trying to find the end of TNG. Went too far. So the last episode that of TNG that Tom is referenced in is season 7, episode 24, which is right before the series finale.
All right.
And this episode of Deep Space Nine takes place well after that because that's basically All Good Things, which is the series finale, was telecast on May 23rd, 1994. This episode of Deep Space Nine that we just watched was televised on 11/21/1994. So yeah, this definitely comes after the other appearances of Tom Riker. So we never do see him
All right.
again.
Oh,
Yeah.
shame. So just
Wish slide.
never tie those ends.
Nope. He gets mentioned in a later episode of Deep Space Nine, but that's it. There's nothing else on
Um,
screen.
Chief O'Brien bangs his head
Ouchie.
under while he's fiddling with the Defiant.
Yeah. Well, haven't we all?
Yep.
All right then. So I guess it is time to do that thing we do.
Okay, am I
And
doing 957 or 958?
hang on a second. Let me get back to it.
I
Accidentally
forget how
clicked on the
many
wrong thing.
new Starfleet Academy episodes we'll have by then.
Fuck. Clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, so 957 is the cap right now. So between 1 and 957.
57, okay. So we're not adding next week's
No,
Starfleet
as of
Academy to it.
today.
All right, okay, and the result is 61.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay, you cut out again because of volume levels, but yes, it looks like
Okay.
we're doing the original series. Yeah, she's totally cut out.
Oh my god!
So
Oh my god! Oh my
yes,
god! It's a TOS episode.
original series.
It is called. It's episode 1 of season 3 called Spectre of the Gun. No,
Spectre
I
of
lie. You said what did you say again?
61.
61. No, that is correct. That is Spectre of the Gun.
Spectre of a Gun.
Season 3, episode 1.
Season 3 episode. So we get the premiere episode of the 3rd season
Yeah.
of the original series.
These were totally shown out of order though.
Yeah.
It was
Isn't that always the way? Is like
POS messed up, man.
the creators have a specific design. Okay, these are the orders of the episodes we want to show them in. It's like, and then they get to a distributor and they just like somebody's carrying them from room to room, drops them all, picks them all up out of order, and that's how they air them.
Yeah, it's really annoying because it says that this is episode 1 that premiered on October 25th, 1968. But episode 2, good grief, where is episode 2? Fucking hell. It is so messed up. My brain is just, my brain is shut down. My brain has shut down. It's like, I don't understand what we're looking at here. Where is episode 2? but yeah, it's all over the place because the way that it was actually apparently supposed to run. It started with episode 6, then went to episode 4, then episode 3, then episode 5, then episode 7, then episode 1, then 11, 10, 9, 12, 13, 8, 2. What?
Yeah.
Seriously. Seriously, TV back in 1968 was whack.
Yeah.
So I do not have any memory of Spectre of the Gun from the title. When I see it, I'm probably will remember it. But
All I know is season 3 of the original series is a bit off kilter.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
we could be doing anything at this stage.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll
I get
just
to hear all the submarine noises on the ship.
yes, absolutely. Love that for us. God, I thought we were never gonna hit a TOS episode, and it only took us 51 tries.
Well, we had to get to a proper randomizer
Yeah.
that wasn't just going with the median.
Mm-hmm. Just was always in the middle, always in the middle.
Yep.
So there we go, folks. Your homework for next week is Spectre of the Gun. And wow, that's exciting for
Good
me.
song title, Spectre of the Gun.
It is a good song title. Somebody should write a James Bond theme about that.
Be a good comic book series too, Spectre
Spectre
of
of
the
the
Gun.
Gun. Ooh, ooh. So yeah, there we are. Dave, do you have anything you want to tell people about?
You may recall I would present the podcast on this website called Hear This.
Hmm.
Apparently, they have a limit to how many files they'll store, and we hit that limit with 50.
Mm.
I might go in and do kind of a best of thing and cut episodes to make room for other episodes, so not all the podcasts will be there. But if you would want to go there, there's not that many people that listen through Hear This anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
you could stream or download directly from there. I might just do oldest to newest and cut out the older episodes and put up the newer ones for people who want to keep current. But you wouldn't be able to go back into the back catalog for our early stuff if I do that. But,
Yeah.
that would be a way to still use that service if you don't want to go through Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Some people might have issues with both those companies right now. And
Is there
since
a company that there isn't an issue with these
yeah,
days?
and I don't know what the politics of Here This is. They're a storage site, and to continue using the free version of it, I have a limit on the number of files I can have on there. And if I just keep the newest stuff up there, then yeah, I can just do that. There's of course YouTube too, but YouTube does post the Spotify version of the episode just
Mm.
a little later because it has to process and do all that stuff and who knows what. And often I have to go in and change it from private to public, even though I thought I had set it to public immediately, but
You probably did.
it gets a little glitch in it and puts it as private. And so I have to go in and fix that.
It's kind of like how
So
every time I log into Zoom and my settings are different again.
yeah.
What is with that, Zoom? Stop it.
So yeah, you
Anyway,
can find us on YouTube. You can find us through Spotify, Apple Podcast. Hear This. I'll see about putting up the newer episodes, getting rid of the older. Um, what else? I don't know what else I have to say right now. We watched one battle after another, but I think we already talked about that from last week because
hmm
no, we watched Mickey 17 this time and we enjoyed that.
Yep.
If you're into sci-fi,
Sci-fi comedy.
sci-fi
It's
comedy,
insane.
dark comedy.
Dark, so dark, so
Yeah.
dark. It's very unique. It's not like anything else I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So,
the closest thing I could kind of tie it to is that I forget the actual name of it, but it's the Live Die Repeat.
mm,
Something Tomorrow. What's the Tom
yeah,
Cruise and
yeah, yeah, the Tom
yeah,
Cruise one and
it's
Emily Blunt.
they gave it the wrong title for the movie. It should
Yeah,
have been Live Die Repeat, and they named it
mm,
something else, Something Tomorrow.
yeah, but that was a timeline thing, and
Yeah.
so it was repeating the same timeline. With this, the guy is literally being reprinted every time he dies.
Yeah, he's
And
a
all of the
clone.
memories downloaded, and then he just picks up where from that point on.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yep, it's
that's
a fascinating way of approaching that premise, and
yes.
the premise kind of falls to the wayside as it gets, further into the story because we want to continue with that character rather than introduce a new version of the character repeatedly. So,
Well, and the whole ethics of this is just
yeah,
disgusting,
it is.
which is why, they had to go off to another planet to
Hmm.
actually escape the laws preventing this kind of shit.
Yep, human
So,
printing.
and Mark Ruffalo playing the most disgusting character ever. Oh my
Yep,
God, he
and
was brilliant.
having the time of his life doing it too. So,
Oh,
yeah.
he was so good. So good. Yeah, and I forgot that Robert Pattinson was Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
So well
He's so
done, sir.
Weasley in this. It's great, except when we get another copy of him. But you'll have to see that to see the
Yeah.
distinction between how he plays those two different characters. It's very Moon-like in that respect, where
Yeah,
you have
in a
clones
way.
with distinct personalities because there's just I mean, that's a good comparison to the Tom and Will thing too, is the
Mm.
experiential differentiation is like there's different iterations between each copy. And I think Multiplicity does this too, is, a copy of a copy and it ends up not being as good.
But see, that's the thing about Mickey 17 is that he's not a copy. I mean, his body is being printed out again, but the memories are still the same
Yep.
memories. It's not like he's getting a different set of memories.
Still, there's slight distinctions in his personality, which each new version of him.
Yeah, but which makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a bit long. It's over 2 hours, so
Yeah,
if you're gonna watch it, settle in. But I promise you, it's really good.
indeed.
So yeah.
Oh, I guess we didn't talk about one battle after another because we waited until what, Monday to watch it?
Oh right, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's an
we watched it
intense
Monday.
film that's darkly humorous as well.
Yeah, it was way too long though.
Yeah, it was very,
It was
very
too
long
long.
movie.
It
It's
could have
2
been
hours and 42 minutes.
42 minutes shorter. That
Yeah.
did not need to be 2 hours, over 2 hours. It should have been 2 hours or less. It was not necessary.
Yeah, I think that extra 42 minutes is just tension.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Yep.
Unnecessary. Get
Uh,
to the point.
Yeah, and the music doesn't help either. That
No, the
kind
music
of
is the worst. Oh
piano
my
jazz that
God.
just puts you on edge.
Oh, it's like a 5-year-old is banging on the keyboard. It's just no, I hated the
Yeah.
music. I hated the music. But yeah, and it very clearly emulated recent events and events
Yeah,
that are going
yeah,
on
very much
right
so.
now.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, anything of yourself to say? Oh, I guess there's finding us on Blue Sky and Tumblr and stuff. I'm DJ Eagle Dave everywhere. You can find me that way. Now you.
I am Brandywine on Blue Sky. You can find me on Instagram too as Brandy Jackala. Or if you want to look at my book account, it's Brandy Reads All the Books with underscores in between those words. Um, and I was just gonna say something and now I've forgotten what it was. Gosh damn it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Since Live Trek is happening right now, we are back doing the Unready Room, which has been rebranded as Positively Unready
Yeah,
because
because it's the podcast as well.
yeah, it's also going to be the Positively Trek podcast for that time. And that is actually something that we probably should have done years ago.
Yeah, it takes more work off Dan because then he
Mhm.
can just record one show, make it the YouTube show and the podcast.
Yes. And so during the time that there is new Trek running, that will be happening. So we're currently, of course, talking about Starfleet Academy, which I fucking love.
Yeah, I love
And
it too.
and
We're what, three
anybody,
episodes in?
yeah, everybody who went and review bombed it can go suck
Yeah.
my dick because you have no idea what good Star Trek is. I'm tired of these poor little butthurt white boys that think that all Star Trek is supposed to be, nothing past the original series or nothing past TNG. It's just like, stop it, stop it. There are
Or
millions and
yeah.
millions of stories that can be told through the lens of Star Trek. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, but you also don't have to go around smearing its name. So fuck right off, and we'll just keep on enjoying Starfleet Academy on our own. Thank you very
Well,
much.
there's also those older fans that aren't connecting to it, but it is directed to a younger audience, and there's very specific parallels to the way younger generation grew up, because growing up during the burn is very analogous to growing up during the COVID lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
is to have these young people separated from each other and then finding a way to, reunite, and try to live again and try to make these connections that you were denied for like 4 years. And yeah, it's very interesting to have, the school setting and to be, as far as we know so far, is to follow the lives of each of these students and, get a peek into their experience and the lessons they learn. It's all about growing up, and discovering who you are. And I think that's a very interesting way of doing Star Trek because a lot of the time we come into Star Trek with the people already fully formed,
Yes.
and that's not what we're getting here. And we're getting a different captain. And there seems like people, there's a lot of people that don't like Nala, but she's a very specific captain. And she used to be that button up Starfleet officer. And it was the wrong thing for her. And she regrets the decision she made during that time. And so the captain you're seeing now is one that learned those lessons and has loosened up. And so that she climbs on furniture like a cat, that she goes around not wearing shoes, that she doesn't seem to brush her hair. All these things that seem to be the antithesis to a Jean-Luc Picard, they're very specifically there for a reason. And I think people are just saying that she's not like Starfleet material. It's like, no, no, they got her for a reason. She was selected for this position for a reason.
Well, see, and that's the thing is how do you get to decide what is Starfleet material? It's like, why are you saying that there's just this one definition of Starfleet material and that's it? Bullshit.
Right.
That's bullshit. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations.
Yeah,
Get
and it's
it.
you select the captain for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Janeway is very specifically chosen for Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Cisco for DS9, Picard for Next Generation, Kirk for original series. It's like Archer for Enterprise. They're very specifically chosen individuals for the series that they represent. I mean,
Yes.
we get Michael and her story from, becoming, first officer to a
To a
captain.
prisoner, to it.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
there's an arc there.
Yeah. Well, cards on the table. We're both middle-aged. I'm 52, you're 53. We're both getting close to turning over a new calendar year for our birthdays in May.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't feel like this is not for me.
Well, I'm relating to the teachers often.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can also relate to the students because I was a student myself. I was that
Mm,
age once, and I can look back on my experiences and to see parallels.
yeah.
But I can also look to Nala and I can look to some of the teachers and I can relate there.
I look at it and I feel like, oh man, if I had only been in schools that were that welcoming, that actually cared about me
Yeah.
and what I had to offer, but that was not my school experience.
Well, that's the whole Starfleet thing is okay, find out who you are and where you belong,
Hmm.
and then assert yourself in that. And
Yeah.
instead of learn, go to this class and determine what trade you are for what job you can get to serve the capitalistic machine. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you make yourself most useful in a way that benefits you the most and benefits those around you? It's a total package sort of thing rather than just become a cog in the machine.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Starfleet Academy. And
Yeah.
so watch it, right?
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get an episode to review on this show at some point.
Yep. Yep. It's in the higher 900s, but
Yeah.
you know.
But
All
hey,
right
if we
then.
manage to get one of the original series episodes to review,
Yes.
there's a chance we could do Starfleet Academy one of these days as well.
Yes. And also, sorry, I shouted so loud that you guys couldn't hear me. I was so
Yeah,
excited.
twice.
I was so excited. Okay, then. Well, next week we'll be back, of course. Again, check out the Positively Unready. It
Mhm.
happens on YouTube at noon Mountain Time on Saturdays. So
I
come join
think
us.
is your Reacher episode out on that one podcast?
Yes. There's a podcast that I did with my friend Baz that is all about the best first seasons of television. And he asked me if I would cover Reacher with him, and I'm like, fuck yes. And so that episode is out, and you can find that on the Film Stories Network and any other place that carries podcasts.
Okay, so
So
what's the name of the podcast itself? Do you recall?
I gotta look it up real quick because what did I do with my phone? What did I do with my phone? I don't know.
Because I think I might have it
Give me a
marked
second.
on Blue Sky.
I can actually find it through the Discord. So, all right.
Ah, this week on TV's Greatest Seasons. So I think,
Yeah,
yep, that's exactly what it's called. So TV's
TV's
Greatest
Greatest
Seasons.
Seasons. Yeah.
Film Stories Podcast Network.
Yeah. It was hella fun. I love talking with Baz, and he also does Babylon 5 podcast with Luke, and I love talking with both of them when I get to do that. So
Right.
yeah, and that's called A Dream Given Form if you want to check that out, if you like Babylon 5, and why wouldn't you? Don't make me come over there and
Well,
make
especially
you
if
watch
you
it.
like DS9, because
Yeah.
there's so many parallels and there's a whole kind of nefarious story behind that. But
Yeah.
yeah, the parallels between Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine are extraordinary.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So there you go. And take care of yourselves, fight fascism, live long and prosper, and we'll talk to you next week.
Indeed.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Skillet.
Skillet.